Oh, he just saw me. He just saw someone behind him, so hopefully. Hey, what's up everyone? It's Ripper here. I'm on my way to Arkansas, but I had to pull over. This is pretty, kind of crazy. I'm driving to Arkansas, and if you've seen the show Outlast on Netflix, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but on this show there was a guy named Javier, and the show is one of those survival shows where they drop people off on like a remote place. This is in Alaska, and they basically have to survive off the land, and the last one standing wins like $100,000 or something, but they have teams. Anyway, I watched the show when it first came out, and after I finished watching it, I reached out to Javier and I invited him to come out to my place in Oklahoma and to take a break from the world and just relax. Now, let me turn this down. A few years back, he was in a really bad car wreck and almost died. And they told him that he'd never walk again. And he ended up riding a bicycle from Canada all the way to like the southern tip of South America. I think it's like 18,000 miles. It took him over 2 years. A bicycle, not a motorcycle, a bicycle that you pedal on. He rode it from Canada all the way to South America, to the southern tip. Anyway, after the show, I invited him out. He was overseas, like in Japan or somewhere. And he came back to the States. He drove his truck and camper down to my place. I have an RV pad on our big lake. If you go back on his Instagram to like last summer, and you go back, you'll catch a couple of his postings on Instagram. You'll see me in the background there, and you'll see my place. You'll see the horses and the donkeys. And he stayed at that RV pad for about 3 weeks, and I took him fishing. You'll see some fishing videos on there. Took him hog hunting, but not with guns, hog hunting with knives, wild boars. Anyway, it's all on his Instagram. And so we've kept in contact, and right now he's doing a bicycle ride to raise money. He's riding from Florida. He went all the way down to the southern tip of Florida, and he's riding all the way to California. So I was looking at his Instagram stuff this week and saw that he was going through Arkansas. And today I have to go to Arkansas. And this highway that I'm on right now is one of the main highways that goes through these towns that he was going through. So I kind of figured this might be his route. Now I'm going to, I still got about 3 more hours to go this direction. But this whole time I've been on this highway, I've been looking for a guy with a beard riding a bicycle. And I'm pretty sure I just passed him. That's why I pulled over, and he's riding into the wind, so he's not going very fast. But I'm gonna get back on the highway here and see if I can catch him and pull him over and kind of surprise him a little bit. So give me a second. I will pause the video, and then when I get close, I'll start it back up. Okay, I don't know how far. He couldn't have gotten too far because this is a long hill. It looks flat, but it's a hill, so he can't be riding too fast. Plus, I got to make sure he didn't pull over. There's a lot of places that you can pull over, so I got to make sure he didn't pull over. If he did, I could reach out to him on Instagram or something. But he's riding west all the way to California, so I doubt he's pulling over right now. Wow, he made some. Oh, there he is, way up there. Let me see if I can zoom in. I see him on that corner right there. Right up there he is, right there. I think it's him. I assume it's him. But I did drive by and it looked like him, but I'm not 100% sure. But there's a flag on his bike. I'm pretty sure it's him. So I'm going to get behind him. I'm going to see if I can get him to pull over. And I want to interview him. I want to talk to him. Oh, these things are loud. All right, I hope it's him, because otherwise it's going to seem kind of weird that I'm pulling behind a biker. Hold on here, Oh, he just saw me. He just saw someone behind him, So hopefully he can find it. Oh, okay, look, he's pointing out a place to pull over. All right, perfect. Let me see if I can get ahead of him here. I'm gonna get ahead of him and surprise him. I think it's him. So let me pull over on this private road here. Let's see if I can get him coming in here. It's him. It is him. How crazy. Javier!
Hey, Ripper.
What's going on, man?
I'm fucking tired.
Are you tired?
This cold spell has really beat me up.
I thought I might see you today on my way to Arkansas. Look at you, man.
The warm weather has just started again.
We had a pretty good cold spell in Oklahoma. You got your knife here.
Yeah.
You got, that's nice to have your phone right up here. And is this for sleeping?
Yeah, I have a cot, but I need this because it reflects heat.
Okay. And it's been pretty cold. You're wearing shorts. Do you have you don't even have clip-in pedals?
Oh yeah, clip-in sandals.
Oh, okay, I see them now. Okay, I was gonna say you need those for going uphill. So
I had a lot of problems with my wheel, so I got a new one, and I'm carrying the old one.
You need me to take your old one? You need me to take it for you and hold it?
Well,
I mean, I can mail it to you later if you need it, but I mean, unless you need it, but I can take it and store it for you if you want.
actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's eating away my flagpole here.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's something you need stored or mailed someplace else, I can take it for you.
Okay, cool. I'll give you that.
Yeah, because that's, I mean, aerodynamic wise, it's not hurting anything, but I can take that back. And you're not wearing a helmet?
Not right now because it's like if I get so wet, then I get really cold.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to balance, and I take this off to let my head dry.
Yeah. Well, you got a mirror right up here, so you can see. Is that how you saw me come up behind you?
Yeah.
I was driving down this highway, and I saw you're like the third person I've seen on a bike today riding. Yeah.
Cycling with panniers.
Cycling. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit! I've
And
been looking for somebody.
I was looking at your post from Harrison, Arkansas, and then I was like, okay, I think he's going down. I'm not going to mention the highway that we're on, but I was like, I bet he's going down that highway, which goes almost all the way to Oklahoma. Actually, I think it does go all the way into Tulsa.
Yeah.
I left early this morning, and I was like, be on the lookout for a guy riding a bicycle. So how many miles are you at now?
I'm over 2,100 now.
2,100 miles. And when did you start?
I started September 5th.
September 5th. So September, October, no, so almost 2 months. So you're averaging, was that 40, 50 miles a day?
Yeah,
something like
40
that?
to 50.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good on this is a hybrid?
No, it's a tour specific. A Bruce Gordon.
It's not a mountain bike. It's not a road bike, but you've got enough. You can go off road on it for sure.
I had to change the front tire because that tire, I had like 12 flats my first month.
Really?
Yeah, so I just got a brand new one. It's a little smaller than I normally wear. But
and you got disc brakes on this thing.
Yeah, I got cable disc. I don't trust hydraulic, and I don't want to carry all the extra stuff.
Yeah. And your rear brake is disc also.
Yeah.
Interesting. What's the tire pressure? What do you keep what's the tire pressure?
60.
60? That's not bad. That's not bad.
The max for this tire is 80. I keep it at 60. And the front max is 90, and I keep it at 62. 60 as well.
That front sprocket is really small.
I know, but I got a really big back.
Yeah, so going up steep hills, that probably comes in pretty handy.
Yeah, it's been good. I've never tried the one sprocket in the front.
Yeah.
But now this one by system's pretty nice.
Yeah.
These handlebars have taken away a lot of the numbness in the hands.
Really?
Yeah, I can change this, and look, it's got a shock system.
Oh, that's nice, because my hands hurt when I ride my bike. It's horrible.
This has changed a lot. And it also dampens the vibration from my GoPro.
Yeah.
So I get pretty good film there.
Wow.
And then this
Are
seat.
these spacers?
Yeah.
All right, to raise up so you're not bent over as much, right?
Yeah, this is a big spacer.
Yeah.
So I think that gives me 4.5 inches,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, that's awesome.
And this is the best one, Origin 8. The other ones are pretty cheap.
Yeah,
This is a good company, good brand.
for people that have a bad back.
Oh, absolutely.
That would help.
And then this seat, I have not had any
Problems with your
numbness.
jaw? Yep. All right, so this is like a half seat, just your butt is on it. So the front,
Yeah.
oh,
So the testicles don't even touch
yeah,
here.
that's
And I put this just because I'm on it for so long.
yeah,
I found this on the side of the road. I've been using it for 2 months.
really.
But yeah,
So who makes this seat?
this is the V seat. Oh, that's the QR code.
All right, so if someone wants it, they can pause. You can pause the video and scan that. But yeah, for men, I don't know if that'd be good for women or not. But maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, actually, let me see here. A woman invented it.
Really?
Yeah, because she had numb vagina.
What's your? I actually did a recap when I saw you. I
Yeah.
pulled over and parked, and I recapped about when you came to visit me in Oklahoma and stayed, and so I did a recap about the show. I didn't do any spoilers though. But I told them that you came and stayed at my place for 3 weeks, went hog hunting, whatever. Your Instagram, what's your main social media page?
Hungry guy on a bicycle on Instagram.
Instagram.
But I'm also hungry guy on YouTube and TikTok.
Hungry guy on a bicycle.
Yeah.
All right, so TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And that's where I see you on Instagram posting most of the time. That's where I saw your postings, like in Harrison, Arkansas.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was like, he's got to be going this way. There's no way.
I swear. So the last couple of days I've done 40, 45 miles each day.
Yeah.
Just because there's nothing else in between, you know? And I got into town here and what was Huntsville, I think is, yeah.
Huntsville or Hinesville? There's two of them.
Huntsville. I was in Huntsville.
Okay, but there's a Hinesville also.
Yeah, I already passed that there. But there's like 12 churches in that town. And I went to 5 and I asked. They looked at me oddly. The beard makes them think
You're homeless,
a homeless person.
right?
And then I went to the police station. I asked, I said, there's a rec center or a community center? They had no interest. They said, go sleep at the laundromat. And I'm like, I'm not going to sleep at the laundromat with anybody who has some drug problems.
Right.
So I was just on the corner looking around, and a guy came out on his porch last night and he waved at me. And then I walked over. I said, hey, would you happen to have a garage so that I could possibly just get out of the wind? Because it was going to be 30 last night.
Yeah.
And he says, you know what? I live in this big house by myself. Come on in. So then we talked all night about stories when he used to party in New York.
Yeah.
He said in the 60s he was making $100,000 a year.
That was good money back then. It's good money today.
And he was dropping $2,000 in the clubs. He was doing Studio 54 and everything. He told me all about it.
He was doing the party scene, the heavy party scene. If he's dropping $2,000.
So in a small little country town over here, I met a guy who in his 20s was partying it up in New York.
So did you tell him that you're doing this bike ride across the country? Did you tell him you're from the Outlast show and all that?
He doesn't watch any of that.
Really?
He doesn't have internet. He doesn't watch Netflix.
Yeah.
And he didn't really care too much about social media. So we just talked about Vietnam because he was in Vietnam, helicopter pilot.
All right, so if he's watching, thank you for your service. And all the vets out there, all military personnel, thank you for your service.
Oh, they've been helping me a lot on this trip.
Yeah?
I've been camping a lot at the VFW or the American Legion or AMVETS.
Yeah.
So thanks, guys, for all your help.
All right, so let's talk about, we got your social media stuff, but
this is
Mother Chunker. Now, I saw you walked out of their store in Los Angeles area.
Yeah.
And you talked about their cookies, so I called them and I ordered 24 of them. And they're really good. And I've never had a cookie with salt on it. But they have salt on them, which I didn't know, but I took a bite and I was like, oh my God, that salt is really good. Not a lot of salt, but just enough, kind of like a margarita, where you take a drink and you have just that little bit of salt and you're like, oh, but they're really good. So the secret, if anybody wants to order any cookies from this place, you go to their website, Mother Chunker. The shipping it's like $17 or $18, I think. However, if you order 24 cookies, it will cost you the same amount with shipping if you went in there and bought them. Because they're cheaper. They're actually cheaper, I think, on their website when you order it by the dozen. So when I ordered 24, it was the same price as if I would have went in there and bought them in the store. So I just ordered 24, and then the shipping's not that big of a deal.
And these are vegan, gluten-free, nut-free, allergen-free cookies.
Vegan-free cookies. All right, so
Everything.
so tell me why do you have this on your bike? Why this flag? Are they helping? Oh, look here. You guys can pause and scan. Let me make sure I got this. Why do you have a flag?
So
are they?
They're a sponsor. They've been sending me cookies along the way.
Okay, so they're helping. So they're sponsoring. So if anybody wants to sponsor Javier, can they DM you on your Instagram?
Yeah, you can DM me directly. There's links there.
Okay.
And at my website is hungryguyonAbicycle.com.
hungryguyonAbicycle.com. Now, here's something you can do for Javier. And before I say this, you were in a really bad car wreck. Like how many years ago?
That was 2010, February 3rd, 2010.
All right, so 13 and a half years ago. And they told you that you might not ever walk again, right?
Yeah, they were pretty adamant about it.
Okay. So 13 years later, you're riding a bike across America. You rode it from Canada to South America.
To the tip of Argentina, yeah.
And now you're riding across country. You've got how many sponsors? How many people like Mother Chunker and
I have Mother Chunker? I have the V Seat.
Okay, they're sponsoring also.
I have
who else? Let's give a shout out.
The Verna.
Oh, is that one of the like pepper spray guns?
Yeah, it's the less lethal option.
Oh, that's what law enforcement should carry.
So these are plastic pellets, balls.
Yeah, they're not it's not gunpowder ammo. It's plastic bullets, but they also make them
powered by CO2 that goes right in here.
Yeah, but they also make them with pepper balls in them too, right?
I have the pepper balls as well, but I don't keep them in here because they could accidentally discharge
explode or something,
hurt me. So they're a sponsor.
They're helping as well. All right, so what's their website?
Their website is Burna.
Is it B-U-R-N-A?
It's
I saw it on the site. I didn't.
B-Y-R-N-A.
B-Y-R-N-A. Burna. People, go to their social media sites and tell them you saw their product and tell them thank you for helping Javier. Your last name is Colon.
Yeah.
It's spelled C-O-L-O-N, but it's pronounced like Cologne. Also on his website, hungryguyonAbicycle.com, or it used to be on your Instagram. I don't know if it is now, but you have a place where if someone wants to buy you a beer or buy you lunch, because are you still drinking beer? I know you kind of gave it up before you started riding. You took a couple of weeks off
to just detox, but now it's I don't take ibuprofen. I drink a beer or some wine.
Okay. So if you guys want to donate $5 to buy him a beer or buy him lunch, is it still on your Instagram?
Only my charities links are on Instagram.
Okay.
On my website, there's a link to buy me a beer.
And then it goes to like PayPal?
Yeah, it's a PayPal transfer.
Okay. So yeah, when we went fishing, I sent you for a fishing license some money, and I think it did go to your PayPal. All right, so if you guys want to help this guy out, go to hungryguyonAbicycle.com and buy him a beer. Tell him Ripper sent you. And who else are you working with? Because I saw that you're raising money for a charity also.
So these guys right here. So,
all right, World Bicycle Relief. Now, for those of you that don't know, I used to do some serious biking, road bike. Not like this kind of bike, but like racing road bike. I still have my carbon fiber bike. But show that again. So World Bicycle Relief, which I'm a fan of all bicycle companies and companies that help. What do they do?
So this is it says this is not a bike, it's a life changer. They created a really strong steel over-engineered bike that's virtually impossible to break. It's called the Buffalo. This rack can take over 100 kilos. And what they do is
100 kilos of what? Like white powder substance?
100 kilos of anything.
From Studio 54 from the 1960s?
So they distribute
100 kilos?
100 kilos, that rear rack.
That's 220 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can give someone a ride.
So they distribute these to communities, poor communities around the world. And then a farmer could use this to take his products to market. When you give them a truck, when you give them a bike, you're basically giving them a truck to get their products to market.
Okay, so they're not sending these to farmers in America.
No.
These are farmers like in
really
third
rural,
world,
poor,
Okay. All right. So this could be the only mode of transportation for some of these people
Yeah, for sure.
out there.
Yeah.
Because they don't have trucks. They can't even get water sometimes. Or they got to walk miles just to get water, right?
Yeah.
So a bike would be a very handy thing. So how does someone donate, or how do they?
On my Instagram, in my bio, there's actually a link there to donate.
Okay, in your Instagram, there's a link where you can go here to donate to this company.
To World Bicycle
Can you
Relief.
buy a bike? If someone wanted to donate a bike,
One
can they
bike
do that?
costs $165.
That's it?
That's it.
So could I buy one of their bikes?
You could actually buy a bike.
I could buy a bike for $165. That's actually pretty cheap for a well-made bicycle.
Yeah, and what they do is they also teach in the community mechanics. So they don't only give a bike, they create a business locally so that the mechanic can repair all the bikes.
So when there's an issue with like a spoke that breaks, or you hit a curb and you bend a wheel, or whatever, something's always happening to a bike if you ride it hard.
Yeah.
So they're teaching people how to fix those so that they have a small business to repair bikes. $165. Who wants to buy a bike with me? I think I'm going to buy one. I want to buy it, test it out, and then maybe we can give it away to somebody. Or maybe I'll haul some of the goats with it. You remember them goats and donkeys out at my place? So yeah, for people, if you've never been to Javier's Instagram, you can go back to, it's like last summer when you came out to my place.
It was last spring.
All right, last spring. So just this, it's this earlier this year, right? 6 months ago. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you go back 6 months ago, I don't know why I was thinking last summer. I'm thinking it's winter already. This traffic's crazy. But if you go back about 6 months, you'll see Javier out at my place. You'll see the donkeys and the horses bugging him, and then our hog hunting adventures and fishing. Took Javier alligator gar fishing. He'd never seen them. He didn't even know that they were in the rivers that he had been taking baths in on his way from Ohio to Oklahoma. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody, because I love when people sponsor people doing something like this to raise money. So you got Mother Chunker, you have Berna, you have the Seat people, VC, you have Berna Guns, you have the World Cycle Relief people. Is there anyone else helping you out?
No, that's it.
Have you had anybody do repairs on your bike for free, or do any work for free on your bike?
I had Kate Daniels made me this amazing knife.
Can we see this knife?
Yeah.
Is this the one that I think I've seen? I think I saw videos of him making it.
Yep, this is the knife.
Okay, this is a pretty sweet, badass knife. And what's his name?
Cade Daniels from Speak Easy Forgery.
Speak Easy Forgery. Wait till you see this beast right here.
So he told me he asked me what I wanted. I said, I want a big bushcraft knife. So this is what he made me.
How many times have you used it?
Oh, I used it a lot, cutting coconuts and even some alligator
tail. Oh, in
tail.
Florida.
Roadkill, yeah. His symbol is right there, Speak Easy Forgery. Then Mississippi.
Is he on Instagram?
Yeah.
Speak Easy Forgery.
Kate Daniels.
All right, so if anybody needs a cool ass knife, go to Speak Easy Forgery on Instagram, or at least go over there and follow them and tell them thanks for hooking Javier up with a crazy ass knife. So, okay, so I'm going to stop this. I think we didn't miss any of your sponsors. Everybody go to Hungry Guy on a Bicycle on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok.
And if you're ahead of me, I'm going to be getting to Tulsa and getting on Route 66 and going straight down to Lubbock.
Okay.
So if you're along the way, you know, and you have a yard that I could pitch a tent in, or you know of a brewery that we can go and have some beers, I'm up for it.
Someone wanted, like, if I wanted to get my bike and bring it and ride 20 miles with it, can people just like join you on the road and ride with you?
One guy named Joshua joined me for about 800 miles in Florida.
Really?
Yeah, he rode with me for 3 weeks.
Did he have his own tent?
He had his own tent and everything.
Okay, so
and
if
then,
someone...
we parted ways right before I went into Alabama.
So if someone doesn't have a tent, do you have a spare set, or do they just have to get their own room?
Yeah, I think you need to bring a tent.
How much does this bike weigh? Like,
oh, jeez.
It's got to be pretty heavy. These things are pretty full.
Yeah, I think it might be near 100.
If you want to ride with Javier or meet him, he's on his way to Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's going to get on Route 66 and go south down to Lubbock, Texas.
Lubbock.
And then from Lubbock, you're going to go west.
I think I'm going to avoid Santa Fe and Red Flag or Flagstaff.
Okay, so you're going to go
because it's
south.
too high and too cold.
Is it Highway 10 or something down there?
I think I might hit Highway 10.
Way down there. Okay.
I'm going to go through Truth or Consequences.
Okay.
And go for the southern route to keep it warm.
So that's a good idea to go further south. So 2,100 miles. How much weight have you lost on this ride?
I started out at 260.
260?
And now I've lost 25 pounds.
And just from riding a bike?
Just from riding a bike.
And eating bugs? Have you eaten any bugs?
No, I've been eating pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, especially, so just a couple of days ago, I was visiting Cooking with Cajun, this famous Cajun chef.
Cooking with Cajun, the guy out of Harrison, Arkansas? Or in that area, right?
He's out of Yellville, Arkansas.
Yellville, which is by Harrison.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And he's a very famous chef. He's the
barbecue
guy who says, you can't forget your motherfucking cornbread. He's that guy.
The guy that says you can't forget the motherfucking cornbread.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I rode 2,000 miles just to eat with him.
Really?
He was blown away. So I stayed with him for 2 days to beat this cold as well.
That's nice.
Those nights were the coldest.
Hey, you stayed at a place, you were there. I saw you made a post where it had been cold and some lady that owned a place.
Oh, Carolyn's Razorback Ribs in Yellville.
All right, in Yellville.
Yeah,
Carolyn's
Razorback Ribs.
And she has like a little bed and breakfast or Airbnb or something,
Her
or
family
hotel?
owns the hotel in town.
And what's the hotel called?
The hotel is
Carolyn
Manson, I think.
Okay, so but, if they look up
Yellville, the only hotel in town, that's her family's hotel.
Yellville Hotel.
Yeah,
and Carolyn, I know it was pretty cold in Oklahoma, and I know it was probably brutal for you sleeping outside, but she gave you a warm place to stay. Did she do it for free?
Yeah, the place was for
really
free. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And
that's nice.
Oh, you know what? I got to give a shout out to in Harrison. This guy,
Matt Bell
from Explore Harrison.
Is this a metal card?
Yeah, it is.
Nice. All right, Matt Bell and his phone number and all that. I hope I'm not doxing him. He wants this information out there.
He runs the tourism board.
Okay, Explore Harrison, Arkansas. Okay.
He put me up in a Days Inn to get out of the cold weather.
Oh, nice.
In Harrison.
Very nice.
So that was a huge help.
What's this?
This is
Is this your good luck charm?
These are my good luck charms
from New Orleans.
The chicken is actually. I'll put a long story short. I used to ride with a full-size squeezing chicken. And
not a real chicken. A real chicken?
No, a rubber chicken.
Okay.
That makes that noise, and I use it for dogs because when dogs come up on you, if you squeeze the chicken, they actually change their whole expression because they're like, oh, it's a toy.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't squeeze. However, I don't lose things normally, but that was the first thing I ever lost was my squeezing chicken in Peru. And so about a month later, I'm in Bolivia, and I was on a long stretch in the Altiplano. It's completely flat. And it just dawned on me, and I was thinking, man, I'm so upset I lost my chicken. I really wish I could get my chicken back. And no joke, about an hour later, as I'm riding in the middle of nothing, out in the Altiplano.
In Peru.
In Bolivia.
Oh, Bolivia.
Country, I look on the ground and I saw the head. It was separated. And I thought, because this comes off.
Okay. Oh, okay, I see.
And I'm like, no, that couldn't be the chicken head. And I kept going. And a couple feet away, I saw the body. And then I stopped and I looked and I went, no shit. And I got off, I picked up the body, I went up a little bit, I grabbed the head and I looked at it, and I had like this spiritual experience. And I thought, are you joking? I screamed into the sky and I went, are you joking with me? I said, are you fucking joking with me? Are you telling me that I just asked for a chicken
and you
gave me a chicken? It's not the right size, but I wasn't specific.
Right.
But it was like my answers were answered.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Something.
Now, I'm going to butt in here because people that saw me in season 2 of Tiger King, there's a chicken story in there, but I had nothing to do with that chicken story, and that chicken story was pretty fake. I'm telling you, it was fake. But this is a better story. This is a better chicken story. You still haven't seen season 2 of Tiger King, so you don't know what I'm talking about with this chicken. Yeah, it was a psychic guy who was Yeah, it was so stupid. But a lot of people called him out for it. But different chicken here. And then let me guess, you used to have a turtle?
A little girl made this, and people would call me, "Oh, tortuga is a turtle."
Yeah, I learned that from Breaking Bad.
Because I move so slowly, but I catch people. And even here in Arkansas, people have pulled over and said, "There ain't no way you've been riding for a week." And I'm like, "Yeah." And they said, "God damn it, I saw you a week ago down in southern Arkansas, and now I saw you here."
You know
and
what's funny?
I'm moving.
Is that I pulled over and I stopped and did kind of a recap so my audience would know a little history about you and I. And I said, I'm going to pause it. And I paused the recording and started driving. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to see him any second. And I started recording, and there was like a little pumpkin patch or someplace over there. But I didn't see you on the road. And I was like, I got to make sure he didn't stop and pull off somewhere because he could. But you were much further down the road than I didn't think you're this far. So you do kind of move faster than.
Yeah. So that's what this is
okay.
symbol for.
All right. Gotcha.
I may move slow, but
yeah,
I keep going.
Yeah, that's cool. So is this from another country also?
Yeah, I got this handmade in Cancun. Last year I rode my bike from Houston, and I did the entire Gulf Coast all the way to Cancun, this bike. And then when I finished, I was tired and drinking a juice in the square, and a little girl came up and said, "Would you like to buy any of my knittings?" And she had this, and I said, "Yep."
If someone has a big chicken that you squeeze to scare dogs, if they sent it to you, would you put it on your bike?
Absolutely.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody's got I'm asking my audience, if you have one of those chickens you squeeze that makes that loud noise to protect him from dogs, you got to DM him or email me at ripperjackmedia@gmail.com, and let's get him a chicken.
I'll strap it to the handlebar right here so I can just
you can
squeeze
grab it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Everybody, this is Ripper. That's Javier, hungry guy on a bicycle. Make sure you go to his sponsors' Instagram pages or websites and tell them that you appreciate them helping this guy out. He's got a really cool story. A bad car wreck. They told him he probably wouldn't walk again, and now he's riding a bicycle across the country to raise money for a charity. That's pretty flippin' cool. All right, everybody, I'm Ripper. That's Javier, and I'm out.